This is the VOD review. It's going to be between G2 Esports and Giants Gaming. This is going to be on Coastline and ban phase. We have Habana, Dokebi, Mira, and Castle being banned out. Habana being one of the more useful hard breacher operators on this map, since Thermite, he just isn't as useful, so they're just taking a bit of that away. She's really only important for when you're pushing Pent, so they might have some penthouse strategies there. Dokebi banned mostly because she might be annoying. Might be a target ban. Let me double check who banned that, which team it was. Yeah, okay, so G2 banned Dokebi. They probably just don't want to deal with it. Mira, she changes up the map. A lot of pro teams will ban her out. And Castle getting banned out means that Giants will probably... We're probably doing VOD reviews. Notice that G2 is using it a lot and has a great advantage using their Castle. So they took that off the board, especially since Castle is so strong at this level of play. No surprise either, since we use them a lot ourselves in our own strats.
Think of all of this. There's obviously a good reason behind that Castle ban, and maybe the effects of the round, how this affects G2 when they switch over the defense, is something that is...
Okay, just a quick look at what they decided to pick, maybe what they're going to R6 pick off of, and my ideas and thoughts behind that. So if we look at G2 brought IQ, Lion, Ash, Zofia, and Sledge, that can tell me that they believe that they're going to go bottom floor. If they go top floor, whether that is Hookah or even Pent, a Buck would be better for soft reach, since his shotgun can work upwards, or maybe even you can bring a pseudo Buck like Jackal. That'll work too. Lion kind of makes sense. They got rid of the Dokebi, but they can still play with it. And we've seen Fabian on Lion quite a bit. Not this season, but last season. If anyone is going to switch, it might be Goga, just because now we're looking at the defense picks, seeing Elysian, Jaeger, Ella, Maestro, Mazi. While sure there's a lot of electronics, there aren't very many vital electronics that give them information, like Valkyrie cameras or even the Echo. Those are just hard to see, or very difficult to see because of the cloak and the fact that they're so small. So my choice would be to 6 picks off of IQ. Still very useful for Legion though. No hard reason, but if anyone's gonna 6 pick, it should be Goga. As for this defense, if anything's gonna be swapped out, it could be the Ella. Ella's fairly aggressive, but I've seen Aces do quite a bit of good work on Ella, and it seems like he favors that. So if you ever want to target ban someone like that, that would be what you take. Otherwise, nothing to really change off of here. Legion, good and strong, very well rounded. Jaeger, pretty essential in order to stop those grenades and other projectiles. Ella, her gadget, not so good. Great gun. Maestro, great all around. No reason to never not pick him if he's on the board, especially since just about every team practices with him so much. Mazi, extremely meta pick right now, very strong pick also. So if anything, I think the L is going to be 6 picked or the IQ.
Here for Giants, G2 on the attacking side, and the Jaeger 6 pick.
All right, so kind of a surprise, Jaeger getting swapped off, and they're going to swap to a gridlock. So that just means they're going to try and prevent roamers from doing anything. Pulse, not a terrible idea. They're probably going to play him over in bathroom or service entrance, maybe even kitchen, in order to just toss some C4 up. Or maybe not even anywhere in there. They might send him over to the bars in order to C4 upwards. Who knows?
Switches off Lion and on to the gridlock. An operator we've been seeing, Uno, actually being put on quite a bit. You've seen the roles kind of swapped around on G2 between their flex players, and let's see how that works out. The entire point of this for G2 is, okay, we're attacking
standard rotation hole, standard reinforcements so far.
Control of the bedroom, control of the lounge, and from there we can kind of prepare.
Very standard reinforces, nothing weird. Little hole here in order to prevent any plants in default corner. Reinforcement here just to provide some cover from anyone playing within kitchen. And also, if they shoot out the door, it kills that line of sight. Even if they go inverted, doesn't matter. You kill that line of sight over into pantry area, service or whatever, and bathroom. Not a bad idea. 2 default here in order to just protect anyone playing in here in kitchen. Let me pull up my pen. I forgot to pull up my pen. And then we'll see what other changes they make. What happened to my sound? Well, my sound disappeared, so whatever. Prepping that window just to give attackers reason to pause here. Over in front of kitchen window. Nothing super crazy or insane. You might even be able to call this a ranked setup. Only difference is they didn't fully reinforce kitchen. This is a very stereotypical setup from Giants. Nothing weird, strange. Alright, so that there was a very stupid peek by the Legion. Not only do they not get a lot of utility out of it, but chances are they droned it out. I would not have played on that hole, on that broken window so aggressively, and that's what got them the kill. Off screen, we see Aces get a kill on Fabian. Don't know where that came from. It looks like it might have been a run out. He could have been repelled up on a window or something. Oh no, no. He was. Oh. They ran out on him via parking. That's weird.
Things, but on one side or the other. Corey going in again, compounding damage potentially onto Cantor Raketti, who stays alive for now, repels and goes up onto the DJ booth in the balcony, and Uno will be joining himself in.
Alright, so we notice that they're giving up top. No issue with that. They have a pulse. One reinforcement over in Hookah in order to prevent any peaks down that hall towards 90.
Gonna go in and destroy
from anyone who takes Hookah.
I'm not sure how much
very
stock
standard.
is available on G2. Maybe we can check Goga and Cantor Raketti for a moment to see what's there. But Hex in the meantime is taking a
Hex
look,
giving tons of information. That's why he's playing down below. He even gets frag on Pengu. Goga's able to kill Aces. I think Aces went out for another peek since Goga's still outside. So Aces is just playing extremely aggressively, but that's kind of what you do when you bring Ella shotgun.
Back and forth just will not be stopped here, and there's the one more for Giants. Cantor Raketti goes down,
kill.
And now G2 in a really,
making great work with that pulse.
They do have a minute to work with, and Hicks is going to eat a lot of damage there through the drone hole, but he does not get finished off by Goga. Good sprays coming in here from Goga overall. He needs to do a little bit more work. Uno above has a lot to do as
Unusual
well.
for someone to still be playing by the drone hole. That's probably why he's thinking of that. Looks like he just gets a pick on someone behind the bomb. Kind of a risky play. Maybe depends on where they were. If they're right here, back here behind this fridge, it's fine. But if they're in the rotate hole itself, that's pretty risky because, as you can see, he can see here, and those are two very easy spots to cover and take out.
Alphalma insight goes down, and there goes the ACOG. That was going to be very important on the actual site.
Oh wait, no, that's not where I thought it was. What? Is this just a peek at anyone coming from Hookah balcony? Yes. If that's where you think they're gonna push from, it works, but I don't think this is something I would bring very first round. You need to get more of a lay of how G2 is going to push. But then again, Giants is able to get more VOD reviews of G2 than we're going to be able to of the people that we face against. So there's no real big issue there.
Quite substantial. They also are, looks like, aware. No, they're not aware. Corey's in the main lobby. He might be able to get a free kill on the Goga, depending on what corners Goga checks. He checks the wrong ones.
Diffuser's on the floor as well. Corey's in the house.
Had no intel.
Flashbangs are thrown in as both players are at max HP, but the Maestro camera was just giving info.
Maestro camera sitting on that little ledge over in courtyard. I don't know if you saw that.
Corey, 30 seconds in. Is there a nitro cell? No, there is not. Corey actually
not a bad idea since it gives you a full view of the wall too.
By G2 to try and defend this. It locks in from above, and Corey fires down, but no hits. Uno is going to be able to run away into the kitchen. Corey will be forced
so you don't know where he's planting right now.
Uno will stick the diffuser.
And it's 1v1, unfortunately.
From the back of kitchen. Maybe even, oh, there you go. Just right in the middle of it. Has a bit of...
Planted right down here. Where he is, he's definitely vulnerable from behind him since they opened up the wall. But I believe they have G2 has some sort of intel to tell him if they're coming from behind or even the hallway. So this is a pretty safe position, and he knows exactly where he is. I'm gonna chalk that up to just knowing where the drone or having the drones, knowing and watching his flank. So he has nothing to worry about
He knew that there was somebody by the main lobby, so he pre-aims it immediately after his initial engagement with a pulse. Then he comes over to the main lobby, hears that he's gone upstairs because he can hear the footprints above. No matter how much you try to mask them, when somebody's rummaging around above you, it just really is obvious. So Uno picks up the diffuser, rushes into sight. Now he sees that the holes have been opened up by his and his teammates earlier in the round, and because those holes have been opened up in his sight,
seeing his picks again. It looks like G2 has a standard kind of loadout here. Bringing Buck this time, probably a bit more versatile on this map. But yeah, no, this time they're still going first floor. So they expect him maybe to go second floor this time. Swapping off to Echo, nothing weird there. I think they're just trying something a little different because both are pretty strong.
which forces Corey to drop into the main lobby because there's no other way he's going to be able to get back to the site.
If we can get someone to main, either Maestro or Echo, that'd be a great thing to do.
Known, Uno planted in this perfect spot, just holds it out on pixel angle.
Alright, default rotating here. They're reinforcing just one panel. They have a rotate here. Great advantage of that is, let's go back just like a few seconds here.
Exactly what's going on there. Uno had full.
Great line of sight if you play behind the desk here, because then you're just able to look out here. Haven't tested it, but you should be able to get a view on that window here. I know you can from on top of this desk, so there's absolutely no reason why you can't get a line of sight on that window just to watch anyone trying to come through there. It also gives you an easy rotate, and anyone that tries to plant back here or over by default, they're going to be open. The only bit of cover they have is this little bit of that fridge there, and that's actually quite enough cover in order to get a plant. So if we're trying to get a plant and this rotation hole here is open, we can get a plant off there relatively safely, and we should definitely try that. And if we're just able to get hold of office here, the entire office, all we got to do is watch one flank here, maybe have a drone watching this, or even listening for the defuse. But this is a relatively safe take and hold, and that's why we're seeing it quite a bit. I don't know what G2 plans on doing, if they're going to push and take office or not, but we'll see and check it out.
Control of that engagement throughout the round. You got to be impressed by his play there, his game sense, and his ability to isolate Corey upstairs. I am questioning one thing.
Alright, so here they don't decide to open up the full wall. They only open half. That's just to deter anyone from planting default area. Standard reinforcement there.
That was the right play considering he had the diffuser. Well,
okay, they do reinforce fully across.
Corey's mind with the information he had, he was making the right decision. But moving on, G2 take the first round.
A shotgun out here just so that way they can get their gadgets in like toxic babes
defense set
and
up now for
everything.
Giants to have a lot of open walls to run with. And as you said, sometimes it really just comes down to the information that you have, and you play off of it. You have to trust your teammates. In that case,
nothing weird or unusual in terms of setup or anything I would be relatively or particularly called genius.
Early on here in the round, as we saw in the previous one.
It's things we've seen before if you watch Pro League a lot.
Into the booth. DJ booth here, and then take control of VIP. That's really your next goal. The drone drops down on the floor. Sure that was intended or not, but you're going to be able to drone downstairs regardless. Fabian making sure that there's nobody in the penthouse. Bathroom's clear as well, but there's one player in 90. And see, that's either the mute. Oh, it's a smoke actually from Hicks. He's contesting in VIP lounge. Will fall back and just trying to waste as much time off of G2 as possible.
Well, G2 have been pretty quick on the roam clear here. They've been forcing these players back very fast. And thus far,
not a bad idea to open up that 90 there just to ensure that no one takes VIP, or at least if they feel like they are going to take VIP, it's very risky. However, two double-edged sword there. If we are playing up top and we pass by 90, that's another area that's very hard for us to rotate by and through. It can even kill any rotates the theater if they really just stick their face in it.
It looks like they're okay with letting the top floor disappear on this double bar defense. And that's, that's understandable. It looks like G2 just want to take control of the top floor, use their vertical play. They're going to use Gridlock to try and deny the rotate back up. Gridlock is going to be a very direct way of doing that. They haven't actually gotten control of top just yet. You can see there's one player by Vase. It's going to be Hicks. He does miss the drone there, and his position's been called out.
Definitely called out
Vase. Looks like he might have fallen back.
He should have. Yeah, he's just going to be closer to the blue stairs. Better position if you're going to
bring up the
shotgun.
Definitely fall back, reposition yourself.
Not sure if there's goo mines to support him.
No reason for the Ash to not pre-fire that though either.
That's a good fake out there from Uno.
Doesn't sound like Uno pre-fired it.
Shoots the ADS before he throws the flash, so not to waste anything.
But yeah, he did ADS, or AD.
He's just using those flashes to clear the barbed wire. Good control there from Uno yet again. Pengu
Alright, Pengu getting open above.
He can't play by the Sunrise bar. This vertical presence again working out for G2, but the one big thing.
Not necessarily he's trying to kill the rotate, he's trying to make sure that there's no one behind the bar playing in there. Yeah. Take that off the map, make sure they can't play in there.
It's getting even worse for G2.
This is a very strong position. That is a very questionable rotate from Uno. Not something I would have tried, because with everything opened up, they can see you from just about everywhere. You're open to lobby, you're open to site. Not the kind of rotate I would have done.
And as they push in through exit, they've only got 25 seconds.
I think that's a huge mistake on his part. And it definitely was, because he was punished.
Too many picks for Giants. Here comes the plant by default spot. Kento sticking it. Gas Canister comes out. Will not deny. Good cover from Goga, but can he kill all of the enemies? Yes, the answer, I suppose. Enough to get the plant anyway. Cantor Ketty dies, but he was the planter, and that's fine. Goga gets another one there on the post plant, and from above, Fabian, or rather Pengu, still alive. He's going to get two, in fact, and he has the vertical advantage over Corey. And once again, this vertical game not working in the favor of Corey, and he's going to have to retake onto the fuser now. But Pengu knows exactly where it's coming from. Here comes Pengu with the triple, and G2, 2 rounds in a row. That's a beautiful round there overall, and a nice take.
G2 playing the big.
So, if anything, this is not preventing any rotate off of site. It's watching behind the bar down this way. But as we can see here, what Pengu is watching is it also prevents a retake. So anyone trying to come in through this way, it kind of prevents that. Even if they're coming from behind couch over this way, from back over here this way, that can prevent the rotate too. Yeah, not a bad move. Good idea.
Basics really when it comes to top
And it
control and
works.
coastline in
It
general.
pays
Go
off.
in, control the top floor, destroy the floorboards, and place that diffuser in locations where your buck has already opened up angles for you to play with and against. Magnificent. That's the 101. That's how you're supposed to play it. And you see, by the moment that G2 feel like, okay, now we're able to
I kind of have to
play
disagree with Milos, mostly because where they did plant it in default, you cannot get an angle on it from up above. That's just because it's so far deep into sight, and there's no soft floor above it. Best that you can do is cut the rotates off, which is exactly what G2 did. They cut the rotates off and prevented them from grabbing that. So now they swap to 2 soft breaches. Not a bad idea. Well, 3 soft breaches if you include Ash. Not a horrible idea. It is a little redundant to have bring Sledge and Buck. Both have very good guns. Buck great at all ranges. Sledge good at long range and then extremely close range. Yeah. If anything, Buck only suffers at long range, even with an ACOG, due to that
for them to
recoil.
enter the site. Giants had the
But
opportunity.
that depends on how much you work with him. Alright, so they teased a dock. They're going to swap off the dock. If they're going to bring a dock in this case, it probably would have been with a bulletproof camera, and that's just for intel. But trying to tease this for intel is unnecessary. You already have a Valkyrie, you already have a Maestro, you already have a Legion. That's lots of intel. And if the Mozzie gets lucky and his intel denial gets him intel, that's even more intel. So bringing a dock is definitely overkill. It is putting too many eggs in the information basket. We want to bring some sort of other utility.
Shot down. Goga, incredible play.
They bring more intel.
And also,
not what I would suggest.
Onto the site. Unfortunately for him, the Jaeger kind of came around.
Especially when you see the IQ come out.
On him from the kitchen. It wasn't enough for him to control the situation.
All this intel isn't going to do as much good for you.
And he found the last one to make it a 3K for him. 2-0 for G2. The Giants go back down to the kitchen.
Wasn't it 3K for him? Hang on, can we flash that scoreboard again, Marsu? Thank you, yes. Okay, it was. I confused him and Uno. Uno had a really good round individually, or he's been having really good rounds. He clutched that last one in the first one, and then he did a lot on the top floor clear as well. Yeah, I actually confused Pengu for Fabian in the middle of the round. I was like, wait a minute, Pengu's playing Buck now?
I think Fabian, if he heard that, he would feel insulted.
Mm-hmm. I get to join the ranks of people who have confused Pengu.
That's not a bad spot. Throwing that in that palm tree.
That's a reference.
That gets you good line of sight onto that kitchen
here we go.
window.
That turned out to be a lot more tame than it was in the end when it finished out.
Yeah, it was funsies, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's okay. It happens, right?
Yeah. Uno looking to open up the delivery entrance, and he's going to miss and then do something else.
I wonder why he doesn't decide to open it. He missed. He knows he missed.
Up to the lounge. And I understand why, because the Giants have had a pick in the first round just off of running out because the doorway was already open. Just don't give them that. Give them at least an extra volume that you can use. No, Rice turns around and gets Kanto Raketti.
You were talking about runouts.
Yeah, he gets it. And
Alright, so that pays off. This time he probably wasn't just necessarily sticking his face in it. He was waiting, being a bit more patient.
Going on the sledge.
It's more about being patient than anything else. You need to be patient.
That is so great for G2. Unfortunately, those runouts are just so great. And Rise living up to the massive kills he's had so far in the season, to over 120 so far.
Corey challenging the front door, very dangerous. Hicks has
playing by parking, so if Corey gets too aggressive, he's dead.
Away. He's gonna have to use his own C4, but he'll miss that. And the second one looks like it's not gonna actually be able to detonate because Corey's dead now, so he can't detonate it. That is a terrible blunder from Giants, and as they continue to lose bodies on the site and elsewhere, Hicks is trying to recover it by running out from the main lobby. Somehow doesn't get punished by Fabian, who is here on flank watch. But even man count, so it's not the end of the world for G2.
Looks like Fabian just missed it.
Look at this position on 90.
And they have no idea where Hicks is right now. They have no drones.
Go for it. Go
Doesn't
for it.
know
He
that
needs
it's
the
not
information.
safe.
Does the sludge? No, not yet. Hicks turns around and fires, and he gets 1 kill, and then retreats immediately before Pengu can get the refrag. That's huge. Don't be too greedy.
Oh, he's just going to keep playing on 90.
Yeah. This is genius. You're going to have to waste so much time for this. And rises downstairs, and he gets another. Hicks, no HP damage taken, and Fabian will be dropped. All
Probably
on
call
Pengu.
out from that
Giants
camera.
still have 3 players, and there should be Gumine surrounding the site. Quick shots here coming off from Alpha as Pengu gets shot down. Well done.
Looks like Una's calling for a rehost.
Definitely some
we will be likely
information.
doing that in just a second. Ace is making fun. I need healing.
I need healing.
Alright, so 6 picking from Clash to Echo. Yeah, that's fine. Clash is pretty imposing, especially in a team environment, but Echo altogether is just much stronger. Brings intel and plant denial. And just generally good utility. And then swapping Ashe to Zofia, that's fine. It's just a more utility-based Ashe and less frag-focused. Nothing to really comment on. Nothing different here. Nothing insane here. They're going Hookah this time. Very staple. Probably one of the... easily the best site in this game.
Good all on.
Yeah.
Cantor Caddy back
Nothing
on
new
Zofia
to
as
enlighten
Uno
you
winning the
with
sledge
there.
signature for G2. The Giants, again, will be putting Alpha Mama
Only the
on
best
Echo.
because of the different
Seen him
ways
the
you can
Echo
play this site.
so.
You could do a total top floor hold. We might practice a total top floor hold someday. It's very different from the typical hold where we reinforce VIP and whatnot. And it relies very heavily on castles and intel denial. We might try something like that. It's only very difficult because if they drop luggage, well then they're right into sight, right? It's hard to rotate around because they have crossfires that can watch both these angles from the roof. Difficult, but it is something worth trying, I think, someday. We could do a total top floor hold. It's generally not as good though, for hookah, but we can try something like that.
So many times, it was always so very efficient. I wonder where he's placing those yokai drones. I kind of just want to look at him and seeing where the
And reinforcements so far, nothing different, nothing new, nothing weird.
Understand how and why Giants are prepared.
Okay, so the reason they're putting that there is because if we notice down here, they have shotgun holes out at the feet. So if you're playing on the stairs here, you get more angles into sight. They're not very great or deep angles, nothing that you're going to get different from here because that still gives you a sort of a view onto front door. Not really much, if anything, really, but yeah, you can play this way. This is a way to play. I don't think it's very efficient use of time or gadgets though. I don't think that's something we want to
Preparing
take.
themselves for those runouts, and how they're able to,
especially since you're vulnerable from the drone hole.
Without G2 even knowing that there's somebody going for a play like that. It's just, I'm wondering if this is all intuition or noise or whatever it may be. And this is a very interesting setup. You leave the wall into hookah from the hallway soft, and you blow out the bottom side of it. So you can still look through it, and there's the yokai drones that are set up. So now you'll have info on anybody coming in from the lobby. Oh, can they find the Maestro? Yes! Uno, a free kill on Hicks. Oh, this is a great start for G2, but the setup from Giants is done so well to hold off any pressure from coming into hookah. But
huge pick off the Maestro. Now he just becomes intel.
That's not
Zero
just,
plant enough.
Pengu gets another kill. This one on to Rise, and the nade gets rid of the shield, which allows Alfalma to go down to Uno. What an aggressive take from G2, and it's looking like a flaw.
So clearly, ADS is not in the right place. It took out that bit of gadget. It stopped no grenades from flying in through hookah. The ADSs, I don't know where they are, but they're out of place.
He's the only one who can deny us that, and we'll see if he's capable. Holding onto the doorway, doing his best here. His position known, though, and there goes the C4. The nade to answer, but the nade misses as the C4 doesn't. Pengu's the one to get the kill on the cross, and G2 will take a flawless round.
Oh my.
And that's the third.
Kind of forget that, hey, Sofia exists, and those shields are not going to survive.
It was the nade that got it, wasn't
Yeah, like I said, looking at this Giants defense, it's interesting in theory, but once you break it down and tear it apart, even just
it may be,
thinking critically,
grenade,
just like I did,
easy peasy. You just blow out the wall
best
and destroy
hold,
the shield behind it.
and there's a fairly good reason why we don't see people shotgun out that floor there.
They didn't really know
they did hit that echo from a weakness that I didn't think about because I saw the Jaegers on the board. But clearly Jaeger ADSs didn't serve any use or purpose there, so that instantly
they split up so well and so
threw
correctly.
that advantage away.
Went up to the roof to catch off any rotations back into the site in support in the hallway.
Nothing weird. They've been teasing Lion a lot, and like I said, Fabian's been playing Lion quite a bit.
How to deny that roam play. That'll be the op brought out. No Nomad so far. G2 are ahead 3-1 so far. Should they get this round, they'll have a pretty big advantage starting off on their attacking side. Now, double bar play for Giants, and we'll see standard setups from them on the site. We'll probably be seeing more soft walls or destroyed walls from the Giants to hold on to the A-bomb site in blue bar, and in Sunrise or yellow. Maybe seeing somebody holding on to the top stairs. I have to say, G2's biggest positive when attacking the site a couple rounds ago was just the way that they were practically uncontested going into hookah. Maybe this is what Giants need to change up.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, what we've been seeing from Giants so far is good. It's okay. One thing I will say, this is really important. This is not 7-0'd by Vitality Giants. So that's already a step up. We're going the right direction, guys. They're definitely much more awake today. And we'll just see if that's enough overall against G2. Another thing, this is a map that Giants are very comfortable on historically. They've won it every single time they played it so far in Pro League this season, if I'm not mistaken. I'll go ahead and recheck that one before I dive deep on it.
G2 plays it a lot better.
And that's 3 times. So that's a really nice percentage to have. Meanwhile, G2 has won it 1 of the 3 times that G2 has gone to it, which is not as great. But G2 also playing really well. So we're getting that competition again that we were hoping for. Now, Fabian playing the Lion. This is why, of course, it wasn't banned.
Yeah, but the minutes changed, I guess.
But you know what? With the way that this season's playing out, with how close these teams are, you go for it, Fabian. You go get that W.
That's all that matters at the end, really, for this game. It really is all that matters. Uno spotting the player, rotating back down on the site.
Just missed it.
Sunrise bar, but unable to find the shots. Is a bit too fast there on the speedy boy. Kanto, Rocchetti, Uno, and Pengo will be taking control of the top floor. Kanto opening up an extra angle to support his teammate, maybe on the entry, just checking if there's somebody downstairs in the office. And Goga enters. Smoke will be thrown right in his face. It's not hospitable. Fabian still finds a kill on Alfama and takes down the Echo. A huge pick for G2.
They've been getting a lot of those early picks.
Not sure where
G2
Fabian
have
is.
been super on point with landing shots like that.
No
As
one's
Aces goes down,
downstairs.
G2 with a 2-man advantage. Make that 3.
That is a
Perfect
very
shot.
interesting shield we saw in the hall. I don't know how it would work out. You have that bit of bookshelf there, but that's not a whole lot of cover. And then you have to worry about courtyard. You have to worry about lobby. And not just one angle from lobby through courtyard onto you, too.
That's from
So I
Uno.
don't know
He's
if
going to
I
get a
like
third.
that.
No, it's going to be Corey to win that fight, but
Just
he'll be on
missed
50
his
HP,
head
which is not
there.
ideal, of course. But Fabian takes down
He
Rise
missed
as well,
shots,
leaving
but now
just
they know
Corey.
where he
So
is.
with his 50, he's going to have to work miracles, and it's just not going to happen. G2, another beautiful execution there. Almost flawless, but just barely not. And they will move forward already at a 4-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching right now and you're wondering, how can Giants go to Japan? What's at stake here? Giants need a tie or a win. It's either 1 point or 3.
I mean,
and you go.
Any amount of points.
Just anything except for a loss.
Yeah, and the reason that is the case is because the only team that can, if Giants are at 28 points right now, okay? They're in first. If they get 29 points off of a draw, the only team that can catch up to them is Navi. Because G2 and Empire, the next best teams in Europe right now, are at 22 points currently. And with only 6 points on the board, they can max out at 28. So Giants need but 1 point to secure a spot land. That's it, just 1. And, well, I mean, it's been hard for them in these last few play days. A lot of people thought that the Vitality match was going to be Giants. That was the last match, the previous play day for Europe. A lot of people thought that Giants were going to go up against Vitality. They were going to win there, draw there, whatever. And then, yeah, there you go. Congratulations, Giants. You get a land spot. Good job. That did not happen. Yeah, it shocked a lot of people. Vitality 7-0ing Giants. So it wasn't even close. And now they're having to fight against today, G2, and in the next play day, Empire. So they lost their what you would consider to be the low-hanging fruit, you know, the one where they're going to take it, and now Giants have to fight harder.
This is the same situation with NIP in Latin
Oh, no.
America.
Is that a default camp?
Yes. Oh, no. Hicks has the info, and now he can feed it back to his teammates. Ace is bringing the Ella again, and he's got the Scorpion in hand. Mangu is going to get fired upon from behind, and they double team him. He's dead.
And that's because the G2 didn't shoot a default cam. They didn't shoot the default outside office cam. Is it still
Yeah,
there?
It's the ruins
Kicks
cam.
got it
Yeah,
right.
it's the ruins cam. Is it still there? Corey's gonna need some damage by the
Nothing to
main
say.
lobby, and the camera I think is no, it's
on
broken.
now.
They shot it now.
Too late.
They got it. Alfalma took down Uno as well. So here we go. Giants are the ones
Took too
winning these
long to
heads-up
get rid of
fights
that.
now.
Don't make that
as
mistake.
The challenges come in from many different places. You saw the way they even converged on the push from Pengu. 2 taking him at one from security.
Don't
One from blue bar.
assume somebody
Both
will
like, hey,
shoot
we're
it
gonna
for
fight this
you
guy
either.
because we know where he is. Let's just get that pick. And you gotta love that assertiveness from Giants.
Fabian still in the same position here by Lamborghini, and his first E1D will be used up in case there's somebody rotating from security or moving away from the office. Hicks still holding on. He's got to deal with the reverse repel now from Fabian. He's put himself in that spot. Goga coming in through the connector into security. Fires back, pushes Corey a bit further away. G2 have entered onto blue bar, but it's not like they're safe, that's for sure. They're trying to hold on tight here as every angle around them is being watched by Giants. This forces Fabian down from the roof. The second E1D to protect him on the dive. Good minds are being spotted everywhere, but Giants are not pushing at all. They are just making sure they're winning the passive game, burning off what might be the biggest resource the attack has, just time.
Last E1D there from Fabian. C4 comes out, but misses. A detection there on the E1D, but there's somebody in luggage above. It's Aces. He's coming up on the flank, and it's not even going to be necessary. Rise gets the double kill, leaving just Goga in office. He's going to have to find 5 in 30 seconds. It won't even be 1. A flawless round to answer the earlier flawless round from G2, and Giants win the last of the first half. A 2-4 in favor of G2 there.
You know, when you have two big teams that are playing against one another like this, you expect every round to come up to like a 1v1 or something. But actually, what usually happens is that once one team figures out exactly what the attack or defense is of the other, they kind of prepare for everything, and it can end up in a flawless or 4 players left alive because you figured out where the chess pieces need to be put in position, and you play off of those. You read your opponent like an open book. That's how you get to see those 2 flawless rounds, one from each of these 2 teams, and a Nook will come out from the Giants. And Valkyrie's in play. This is
Interesting choice to take the Nook.
the biggest play. Now, I'm not sure if Pengu is bringing anything special.
She's good
on
just because
his
you
rope.
can't
Of
really
course,
hear her
deal with
pushing.
the grenades,
When
it's gotta be
everyone's
great.
making a lot of noise
At
in the
least your
corner away,
teammates will be
you
down.
don't really
It's only
hear or
barbed
see
wire
her coming.
alongside the armor pack. But I'm really curious as to how the Nook will be employed. Will she come in from blue stairs? Is she going to be pushing up by the main hallway to push into hookah? Is it going to be more like a flank play to go later in the round and come in from aqua? I'm very curious.
We'll see. We've seen Nook used in very particular ways, and actually, as I say that, honestly, she gets used in a way that you would like expect an Ash Rush to get used, right? Or like you put her on a lurk late flank kind of role, and that can work, but it's so obvious. Why? Maybe they don't want the Telltale Deagle sound or the FMG sound, because they both do make kind of unique noise.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not really sure why Aces was avoiding the camera there. I'm sure there's a reason. But either the gun sounds, they're definitely trying to keep the Nook unidentified. Okay, and here's the use. Here's the suggested use. Goes in the barbed wire, not heard.
Yep.
Sees the smoke, and
That's
there
why
he goes.
Exactly.
It works
Get
out
that
for
opening
Giants.
pick.
It's a beautiful push there from them, and they
You
might
don't
have
hear it,
Valkyrie
or
Cam
see it
watching that,
coming.
but guess what? It's
They're
enough.
already in.
Yep, that's exactly how you want to play the operator. You come in, you find a kill, and then you pull back. There's two, but the alibi tricking their opponents. Hicks will find one kill onto Canada Ricchetti, diving onto the next. They actually trade off. Aces was still able to get the kill. Pengu holding on to the site, but Hicks comes around the back. And with the shotty, we'll find the kill on Pengu. Giants recover off of their first round victory here on the attacking side. It's a 4-3, still advantage for G2.
Okay, all right. That's a big win there for the Giants, that's for sure. I really like the use of the knock there. And while it was a pretty one-sided sweep coming from the VIP side,
The weird thing about using Nook, though, is that you almost kind of center the strategy around her, in that you go for an early pick and then you collapse on site. That assumes that you don't have to do much roam clearing or anything like that, because the greatest counter to a Nook is just active and attentive roamers. So in that case, if they did a full floor hold, which is not typical once again, even in competitive play, for a strat on that site, if you do a full floor hold, that's pretty much going to counter the Nook, just because her guns are fairly underwhelming. Or below average.
G2 still put up a decent fight, and you almost thought for a second there they might be able to bring it back. But that was a nice shot, especially by Aces after getting the initial kill. And when he was vaulting over the vase, he actually managed to trade
He
himself
flashed the
out, which
Echo,
was
so I
really
wouldn't be surprised. I was going to say if
impressive.
Fabian
If the defense
swapped
for G2, they're not going to go to
to
the double bar
Echo, but
again.
instead he brings a
One thing
Valkyrie. So
that,
just a little bit more
really puzzles
intel.
me is why the smoke wasn't holding the angle there from G2. He actually had a good moment to where he could have gotten the initial kill.
Yeah, because the Nook looked the other way and then turned back onto the smoke.
Barely saw the smoke, but the smoke wasn't looking the right way. It's unfortunate when you see stuff like that happen. Of course, there's a lot of angles for that guy to be holding, a lot for him to be thinking about. We didn't see the refrags come out for very long after that initial kill from Giants. Now, going to Kitchen, very different way to set up here.
Very interesting way to hold it. So they opened up they opened up this wall, and they opened up ankle feet, as you can see. Also open over here in the corner. Basically a lot of open. So what I'm expecting is a lot of offsite holds. They might even open up this wall eventually just to get an angle from that direction. I don't know how deep it goes, if they're going to be able to see in here. They're definitely going to try and hold lobby. I think they're going to play basically off-site hold, and they're going to hold almost this entire side of the map. Kind of the plan. Oh my gosh, that's so ugly. So messy. They're going to hold this entire side. So they're going to hold this room. Maybe not even this room. They might just, what they might even do is just do a hold where you don't even have to. You just hold this hallway. You don't even have to hold the hallway, full hallway. You just hold there. Hold in here. It's all your playground. But we'll see exactly what they do as the round progresses and goes in. But this is definitely very interesting. Not something typical we see.
In the last round, you probably won't see that ever again.
Yeah.
G2 are going to be
The
on their
intel's
toes
definitely
looking for that
gonna play a
sort of
huge
thing for the rest of the
role,
match. And because of that, Giants
And if they
won't
decide to play
wanna bring
offsite,
it. And if they
that
do,
means
it
they're going to
probably
put a
won't
lot
work.
of utility offsite.
But we'll see. Maybe they have some
I don't
crazy
think
strats for us.
there's going to be any
Some new
ADSs
ways
on
to use the
site.
same operator in a similar way. There you go.
And
That was my
Uno
exit. That was
gets
just honestly, that was
killed
just Uno
for
being
trying to
aggressive.
peek.
Expect it or not, it's still Corey's able to find a crucial early pick as every
And as we noticed, trying to do an early peek either pays or really doesn't. It's a 4v5 now, full health on Giant
single
side.
kill matters so much in this matchup with so much on the line.
Yeah, basically the result of this match is going to determine so much for everybody else. Like, this is a really, really important, not just for Giants and okay, Aces will get a kill on a Cantor Ricchetti, but be downed by his teammate. And yeah, low HP there, but still such a man advantage, and his Rise gets Goga on 90.
Huge man
G2 are
advantage
really
now.
starting to fall apart. Their
At this
defenses
point, take
have
your
not
time,
looked
join
great,
it out.
if we're
You
being
still got
honest.
2 minutes.
Rise
2
loses the
whole
drone,
freaking minutes, hunt
finds
2
the enemy,
people,
and that's the most
hunt one
important
at a time,
Fabian trying to hold
bring
on
him
the bottom main
down.
stairs, and he's doing his best, but he's not even near the anchor. He's trying to hold on to the main lobby so his teammate can focus on holding Kitchen, but that's not going to work out for him as he's taking out from above from Rise. Just Pengu. I mean,
Weird
we've
that
seen crazy
Pengu's
stuff
playing
from
in
Pengu
there with
before.
everything so
I don't know if this is
open.
going to be one of his moments.
Hicks is locking things in as Pengu will find 1 kill. And they come in. Pengu gets 1, but then
Wall bang.
just because it's a soft wall, you're going to get shot. Alpha is ready for him. And they're just doubling up, pushing up together. They know that there's one last player inside. Just needed to refocus. And that was Giants tying it up 4-4. I am not sure what happened to G2 in that previous round because Giants were kind of, they've just picked them off one by one. And Rise, throughout this entire game, has just been doing so well. I mean, I don't know if we can flash that scoreboard for just a second. We'll remind you that this is after the rehost. Any scorelines that you will see in just a second. So
Not until we were into the round, remember?
because everybody complains that, hey,
Operator selection, 6 picks and stuff like that.
it's
So.
there, that's Pulse. Everybody's going to complain about something.
So we got a Pulse instead of a Maestro. It's interesting. All right. Now it is going to be double bar, and there you go.
5 kills in 2 rounds, right?
It's a little bit longer.
3 rounds. Because they,
3 rounds, I
yeah, they came back. It was 2-1.
That would be 5 rounds then.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
It's pretty equal, but I have to say those impact kills have definitely been present for Rise, going on the Ashe, of course, on the attacking side.
I think it's been a good team effort from Giants too,
Yeah.
like just in general. And it's usually what it is like one player in particular will stand up in any given round, and that's really it's cool to see.
Alright, G2
Definitely
swapping
cool see
to
when
a
you
more
have,
traditional
star
hold.
moments for each player on your roster.
See how this
who proves
pays
that you've
off.
got the right setup.
I think
for
it'll
your
do a
squad.
lot better.
That last round, well, honestly, no, not that
That
last round. This whole half.
the other hold is very
has seemed like G2
ballsy
are not
and
very
requires a lot of
comfortable
math
on the defensive side. For being
control.
honest,
The fact
really
that
have on defense. Giants, on the other hand, now
Uno
that they're the ones
decided
setting
to
the tempo,
peek,
they
or
look
even got
absolutely
picked quick and
fantastic.
early, that tears your
Giants are allowed
entire
to take
defense
control of what they're allowed
apart.
to take control of.
You threw
And
your own
because they feel
defense
confident
away.
in all their movements. Everything's just looking good for them, and all of their challenges tend to go their.
You have to stay alive. You have to play safe
So
if you're going to do a full
we'll see
floor
if that
hold.
changes, but it's just been a case of.
It's also very difficult on this site because they can
the
open up
attackers feel
above.
uncomfortable.
If they open up
And that's
above and they
definitely
have the
what
right
Giants are
people
showing
to
us right now.
find a
Again,
retake,
Giants win
such
or
as
draw
a
here,
Nomad,
they go to Japan.
or maybe even a
That's as simple as it
Gridlock,
gets. And
that
G2
retake is going to be
really
very
need every
difficult,
single
very hard to
round or
do
point
and
as
pull
well to
off.
make sure that their dream stays alive because Empire and Na'Vi are right behind them. So it's not like there's a lot of flexibility. Corey, so close.
Just a little over the top there. It was hard to make out the mute because his uniform was blending in. Oh, actually, no, it's a shield. Well, you know what? We're the blind ones then. Giants going to be holding on to the top floor while they're still trying to pressure their way into exit. C4 comes out there from Pengu, but it misses. And that's a big loss for him for sure, but he's still holding on to his position pretty well.
I'd love to have a grenade in this situation. Nix might be in support later on, but he's upstairs, opening up as much of the floorboard as humanly possible, and this is the beauty of the new
Bring
shields.
back IQ
You don't
nades.
have to do anything, just look through the slits. Rise will drive one player down, and Hicks comes around to confirm the kill and find another one. Pengu will take down Aces, though, in the meantime, and a shotty onto Corey to turn it into a 3-3. Rise is low on HP as there was a Nitro Cell brought up, and I'm not sure if that was from Uno or Pengu, but it's at least some advantageous position for G2.
Pengu used his earlier, so he won't have any anymore. That's a big recovery from Pengu as well, and Fabian by the main lobby in the bathrooms will take down Hicks, a vault in from Alfama.
Not sure exactly how or where he picked him from.
But he's trying to find and corner Pengu.
I mean, we saw it for a second, but it was very
He
quick.
doesn't know where anyone is. He won't see Pengu, and that's a triple for him. Great job to Pengu on the recovery, on the lockout, and for G2 for surviving despite losing that man advantage for a decent.
Outplayed.
G2
He had the shield there.
positioning
Just straight up
is just
outplayed.
Insane. And if only you could clear that, then the opening was there. But you saw when the IQ was scanning about and seeing what's behind that reinforced wall, you saw many ADSs, you saw jammers, you saw the whole lot, making sure that that position, Pengu taking, is unbreakable. That you can't really deal with it, even if you try to play it from the top, even if you chucked in EMPs or tried to destroy anything. Not even sure if there was there a Thatcher in play in the previous round? I don't think so. There was a Lion in play. That's why you had the switch off, right?
Don't recall any. No, but there might have been for all I know. No,
I don't think so. We didn't really see the effect, but
if there was, yeah, it wasn't a very effective one.
exactly. That's really the end point. But yeah, 5-4 advantage for G2. But again, a reminder, we'll be reminding you of this like pretty much every round now because the stakes are really, really high. Giants tie or win, and they go to Japan. So even if G2 go to 6 points, it's not over for Giants yet. And every single second is going to matter in this matchup. We'll see Aces bring in the Nook again. He was very effective with it before, and I love the way where he just came in the hallway. We were expecting him to come in through that position, probably come in, with the pick off on the smoke, and then fall back instantly, whilst having support from his teammates right behind him in the hallway in VIP. It was great coordination, and the drones were able to solidify his way into that kill.
So, we're going to be going to Billiards this time, I believe. This is a site that we haven't seen G2 win yet. They've gone here before. Last time they were here, they lost it because of the Nook play from Aces, and look at that. It's back. How did Aces time this, man? How does he go, yeah, they're gonna go to Billiards again. How does he know? And I wonder how he's gonna use it too, because that's really important. The fact that this is the same way they did it
I think they're more ready though for a quick push like that. Uno gets a quick pick.
Now Giants, a man down, and no refrag to speak of.
Kind of a ballsy
G2,
thing to do.
looking like they might push us to match point, which is dangerous territory if you're Giants. Again, they don't need to win.
Weird that there's no one to
They see
refrag him
anything,
either.
but Scary to be on a 6-4 for sure.
I guess he's
Why is
playing
it
alone.
Very aggro here.
Maybe he's expecting something from downstairs. Now Pengu will still find a kill on Corey. Big advantage now for G2 as they're so close to getting that crucial point. And Rise is just trying to lock it down, trying to predict where Pengu will be coming from. A Nitro Cell will miss out. Going in, and this is guided by Uno's hand downstairs. He still has a Nitro to play on his own, but Rise will fall back to make sure that he's on indestructible floor. And Giants, in the meantime, Hicks will be able to take down Uno, taking a lot of damage. And Rise, another on the Fabian. They turn it into a 3v3, and there's a minute 18 left.
Through the wall there for Rise. His aim has been on point today. Aces, meanwhile, coming in from VIP. And this is going to be a very important flank. This is the same thing he used to get the leadoff kill the last time G2 tried to defend this site. 2 defenders marked out. The third
So now it
cocktail,
looks more like it's going to be used for a late flank. Very good use because you're not going to hear him, but they have some sort of intel that told him he was coming that way.
And that's going to be Goga on the floor. So
Very
2 versus
likely
2.
Fabian's
40 seconds left, but I feel
information.
like there's only 10 the way the attackers are playing right now. Claymore goes out through that little drone hole. Well, unlikely to be successful, but hey, what if? With this amount of time, you may as well risk it. Aces also takes down Goga. That was the down player who had been pushed into Cocktail earlier, so not a big deal. And the Claymore actually works! Unbelievable! It's just Pengu, but he puts it into a one-on-one. Aces versus Pengu. 20 seconds left. Hicks is calling out for his teammate. C4 from Pengu misses. Long
Anyone's
angle here
game.
for Aces, and he gets it! Giants manage the round. A great effort there from Aces.
Man, that took so much, but that Claymore saved the entire round. Perfectly placed through the
Someone made a
singular
mistake
rotation position.
going to
And
Vase.
the drone hole catches
Not
on.
seeing that laser coming out
The odds
either.
that a drone hole Claymore works
It
like
probably
Look, man,
backed
when it's
up
high
into
stakes
it.
like this, anything will help you. And the fact that Rise was able to get the pick off of Fabian downstairs.
That
meant
lucky
there was-
Claymore
it's completely
took
clear.
that
You're
round.
almost cleared. You're down to a 2-2 or 2-3 at that spot. Go and fight on the top floor. See what you can do with the smoke. 3-3 to 3-2 as the smoke was able to slow down the aggressive play from the Nook. You heard it through the barbed wire. Smoke came in. You were hearing the Ash as well coming around from Aqua. Let's make sure that you're holding on to your flank regardless. And Pengu is also holding on his own angle inside of Hookah. Unfortunately, things kind of fell apart. And Pengu fired off a couple bullets. The Buck didn't quite react to where Pengu was. And the Nitro Cell was a great attempt. Had the Nook been a tiny bit closer, that would have taken him out completely. But it happens. FMG9
So
does
they're
work
kind of
again.
almost doubling up on that barbed wire there just to prevent any sort of Nook push from that side. They also barricaded it. They're basically adding all these sound cues because they did have the Nook screw 'em over before. You can't really hear the Nook coming unless you add sound cues. Barbed wire, barricades, all that garbage, anything that can make a sound cue, they're throwing it in
And
her
that's the
way.
Giants at 5-5, and G2 will attempt to defend Hookah and Pool Table again.
Everybody ignore Aces.
Yes, please, for the love of God.
Don't buy those absolutely horrendous skins.
If you do, you can like win every game. But
Yeah, you can. Okay, do buy them if you want to have a straight up advantage when you go and
yeah,
play
but
ranked.
if you play against me, I will ult F4.
Don't do that. That's not fair to your teammates. No, but the sentiment with those skins basically is just like it makes you nearly invisible. Haha. Anyway,
They work the camo game, that's for sure.
yeah. So actual camos in this game are actually camouflage.
Yeah.
So if you want to know how to have a leg up over your enemies, bring camouflage uniforms. They really do work. Anyway, I regret saying that. Now 5-5 here. G2 versus
These
Giants,
kicks, don't
and
tell people
Goga
that.
gets the lead off kill, but
I
we
really
see
don't
that
want
again.
people running those
but
camos.
Aces is on point.
Oh my!
A clean headshot onto Uno, and he's gonna get another onto Fabian, who walks right into his welcoming arms.
Okay, now they know.
Aces just absolutely tearing his enemies apart.
There's a Nook and play. No matter what you do, the cameras are not going to be able to do much to it. We talked about this. G2 said it on stream. They said it on Twitter. We removed Nook because we wanted to rely on cameras. We wanted to put one player solely on cams, and that's where she shines.
I tell you what, Aces certainly heard when they said that on interview.
Yes.
Because now that the Nook is available, oh, it's getting played. And it's getting played well by Aces. Pengu eats a lot of damage there. I can imagine Aces' performance today is actually going to set the FMG as a meta gun.
Well, 3 kills away now, Giants, from qualifying to Japan. That's as simple as it gets. But Pengu will take down Corey. Pengu solo in HP still, so being able to get the frag on the AQ is huge. Rise will
Relying
flash in.
so much on
Aces
intel,
catches up.
unfortunately.
He fires in, solo in HP. Oh, Cantor Kenny wins the gunfight. Up to Aces now to go back for the gunfight, and he finds the headshot. Ace watching into blue stairs as well. And Alphama slow on the rotation, but he should be able to grab the diffuser in just a bit. Pengu being solo in HP can't really move around too much, and the diffuser will be caught at the last second. There you go. Alphama immediately running off, and he has support as well from Aces on the opposite end of the map.
Here's the big thing. Because all of these attacks have been so very quick from both teams even, that means that despite all these engagements happening, despite being a 2 versus 2, there's still 30 seconds left here for Giants. So as they move their way over to Aqua, this is
I
very
would
quick.
not do what
Don't
Aces is
need to
doing.
rush.
They're
You
pushing
don't need
together.
one for Alphama.
You
That's
just
what
have the
they're
line
used
give
to.
away that
See how players in
position.
the early engagements. Claymore goes in through a different drone hole. I wonder if it's going to work this time. It's behind the couch there on Cocktail. But down is Pengu. Oh no, that means it's just Goga. But he'll win the fight against Alphama. Will it be 2 clutches in a row for Aces? He's going for it.
There you go.
Oh,
Aces changed position.
Incredible! What is that positioning? The movement, flawless from Aces. And Giants go on to match point. And with that, they guarantee themselves a spot in Japan.
Aces, beautiful parkour play. You think we're playing Assassin's Creed? It doesn't matter. Assassin's Creed, Giants, they're going to Japan. And it's in. They get the point they need. They're the first team in Europe to do it. And at 29 points, no one can catch up to them and push them back. Navi can catch up and go to 30 points, but it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Neither G2 nor Empire can beat them at this point.
Yeah, so the big thing here is, while, yes, Navi can get 30 points total in the season, because they're at 24, they can get 6 total. 30 points is possible. Giants are at 29. That would push the Giants down to second, absolutely. But it also, if you're looking at other teams, nobody else can take over 29. Nobody can get 29 points. G2 can at most get 28. Empire can at most get 28, and yeah. And then, I don't even need to go further than that. So with that 1 point there, Giants are either first or second out of Europe, depending on how things play out here today, but they guarantee themselves at the very least a land spot. If
That's
Giants
interesting.
win this match, if they take this final round,
Let me try and figure out why Fabian did that. I think it means he's going to be playing somewhere around office CCTV area. Sorry, not office, CCTV area. And that's just to make sure that they don't open up a line of sight that kills his rotate, or any sort of rotate from white stairs. That one position can cover both. All you gotta do is quickly shotgun it or something. Yeah, it looks like they found the counter, though, to G2's whole setup, and that's just quite simply running Nook. Like I said, all the intel almost kind of gone, and as we can see here, we also have a drone on site. They snuck that in. So, intel denial, intel gathering, intel denial, intel denial. Doesn't really matter. I don't think they're using the drones a whole lot. At least not in a way that that G2 was, and they're taking huge advantage with a Nook. You just don't hear or see her coming on the cams.
Because, again, the most points that anyone else can get is Navi, and the most they can get is 38, and that would give, if Giants win this, would be 32. So that's really big. It's really big for Giants.
Oh my.
Congratulations to them.
Yes.
You know, a big sigh of relief. Gotta be happy about that result. A lot of it, I gotta say, off the back of Ace's performance here today on this Nook. Because not only has he been landing his shots, positioning absolutely perfect, his movement, he's on point.
He's always been so good at positioning himself correctly, and getting those entry kills are important kills for his team. But right now, he is in a world of his own. And Nook has definitely been used and abused in this matchup, and Aces is definitely the player to do so. He's been known for his great plays on the Dokebi. If there's any operators that's going to disrupt you even more with that SMG, it's the Nook.
I don't think that, so one thing I said earlier is I think that Ace's performance today is going to set the FMG as a meta gun. And the reason that's so relevant is it's been out for ages. But he's also doing the same to Nook right now. There you can bet there's going to be more Nook being played. Anyway, getting into this round, Cancer Ketty already gone. An early lead for the Giants and an abundance of top floor control and flank watch set up by the Giants upstairs. Now with that, they can start to open up above this double bar defense and start to position themselves to win. But Pengu is going to continue to fight on. Pengu has been the light for G2 through this match, and he's going to keep that up.
Rise opening up the offense.
No clue where they're picked from. Nothing to say, really.
Oh, so close. You would expect him to be
not checking his corners properly. Gets refragged though. Ace is still running around, not doing a whole lot. They might be holding him for the late flank.
Will rattle off again as Hicks will be eliminated, leaving Aces and Alfama. Again, that's the last two, and they have half the HP that G2 has.
Here we go.
Here comes the late flank. They moved him off. They made him hear the rappel. They hear him running around up above. They're not expecting it. They don't know where he's going to come from. But they know he's going to come from somewhere. However, it's a 3v1, so it doesn't matter. He's going to get his one kill, and then he's going to have to really fight. I don't understand these reinforcements in Kitchen. Maybe someone with a better mind, or smarter mind, might be able to explain it, but I don't see it. So they're just watching their angles. That ends it.
And that'll be 1 point for each, but still, Giants.
Very peeky, very peeky. Very cheeky little angle there through the bomb. Takes him out. But otherwise, that's just about it for this VOD review.